kids. I've been looking forward to this opportunity for a really long time. So I just want to first thank you guys for having me, the opportunity to come up here to work with these kids and hopefully serve Jesus today and work with some awesome staff members. That being said, I do think the one that wins maybe had a little bit too much Red Bull or something this morning. She's a little firecracker, but we're going to look for athletic livestock all day. I prefer livestock that move well, that utilize the front end of their skeleton appropriately, that have the most appropriate set to their hip and hind leg, and then they still have to have power and muscle as well. And then at the end of the day, they are show animals, so they have to be attractive and pretty, and young man, that one has that package out here. I like her on the move. I like her from the side. I do wish she was just a little better right there beside and behind her shoulder. I wish we'd stretch her out just a tick more when we're getting her shown. The powerhouse doe comes in second. If you want to talk about body shape, stoutness up high, power when you get in behind him and make him wide and square and true at the ground, that is your female. For me, she's a little coarse and plain, young lady. A little open in her shoulder, a little steep in her hip. She really rounds off both ends of her skeleton when you ask her to lead, and that's why she's second for me. And young lady, you're doing an exceptional job showing today. That goat is so tall and long and pretty, and that is my kind. Except for if they're going to be that tall and pretty, they got to have some power too. She's too flat there in the center portion of her body. She gets really in at her hock when you walk in behind her. Let's give all three of these exhibitors a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Coming back from Class 1, Bo Hatch and Ellie Brinkley.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Coming in the ring now, ready to go Class 2, Marissa Drayfall, Courtney Ross, Layla Deeds, Josie Nagel, and Addison Dronley. First call of Class 3 to the holding pens. Working through this second class of goats, I wanted to thank our Gold Barn sponsor, which is Precision Gutters and Roofing. We just want to thank them for their support. Without support, we're able to offer a first-rate space for our goats and exhibits and benefit all participants and visitors. Thank you again, Precision Gutters and Roofing.
How are you, young lady?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing really well, thank you. How are you today?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing really good. How are you, young lady?
Good. How are you?
Good. She wanted to go and one out here, and that's easy to see. She's so tight-hided, big-backed, big-loined, really explosive in her upper hip. She's good-footed and stout when you take her to the ground. Young lady, that one's not perfect in terms of structure. When you turn her into motion, she gets really high in her spine, and we'll have to consider that, how that looks later when we bring her back out for the grand drive. But when you want to talk about one that's still smooth enough from the side with so much power packed into her, you got to forgive her skeleton just a little bit because she is in such a higher league than the other animals out here. The better moving one is in second. This goat is more relaxed in her spine. She's leveler out of her hip, and she's probably a notch more attractive in her rear leg posture. She gets out and reaches and flexes and goes. She's just plenty plain from the side. She's deeper in her chest. She's weaker in her top line. She doesn't have the same handling quality that doe that beat her has. The doe in third is just a very broody, maternal type female. Young lady, you're doing an exceptional job getting that goat shown. I love that one's topside power. I love that one's underline and the way she blends into her rear rib. For me, that one's a little steep out of her hip, a little straight in her hock. She's not as good in motion as those two in front of her. A big, long, tall, pretty goat rounds out the class that just has to be stouter and more powerful today. I'd like her to be better right there behind her shoulder. She's a little weak from that perspective. And perhaps the biggest, longest, tallest goat is going to be fifth today. She's just too flat and narrow for me, young lady. She's too closed up in her chest. She's too narrow when you get in behind the livestock. Let's give all these exhibitors a big round of applause.
Coming back from Class 2, Addison Gromley and Josie Nagel. Coming in the ring now, we have Breeding Goat Class 3, Cody Rout, Gabriella Zettner, Oriah Dixon, Presley Willis, and Tristan Pafford. First call. Oh, at the conclusion of this, we'll do finals. Breeding Goat finals after this class.
How are you, young lady?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you today? How are you?
Good, how are you?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. How are you, sir? Good. How are you, young lady?
To support our shows again. That's basic construction. Silverwood, Show Pigs, the Knott family, Kaiser, Aluminum, Morris, Stock Company, B&P Show Pigs, the Team family, Allied Property, Greenland Unit, and Patty Mulhauser and John L. Scott. Get a chance to see those people on the ballot, give them a big thank you.
and I'm not going to tell you there's just a perfect way to fit those 5 together in terms of a puzzle, but I will tell you the one that wins does so quite easy, young lady. That one is so wide and square and true when she comes in. She's ultra bold underneath, big and expansive up high. You take that one to the ground and she's got some giant tree trunks, a big old stout skull up high. For me, young lady, that one does need to be prettier. From the get-go this morning, I told you guys that I think I'm athletic and good looking. To make that one perfect for me, she needs to be a rib longer body. She needs to be cranked up at the base of her tail, but that doesn't take anything away from her because she wins this one quite handily in my mind. Then you get to work through a lot of different pieces, and if you want to discuss them with me, I'll discuss them because I don't know that either you or I are right or wrong. They're just solid livestock. I did give them all blue because I don't think there's just an absolute bad one out here. I just think that they're just nice production animals. The one in second is the tallest fronted, levelest tipped goat of this class. I love her length and expression, our length top. She does need more muscle and expression compared to that doe that wins, but she is taller fronted and longer bodied. That's going to sound like a broken record because that's the same thing about this doe here in second. I love the way her neck ties into her shoulder. From there, she gets too flat in her forerib and high in her spine. It is a really close decision there in second and third. I think she just kind of fits inside of the one that beats you today, young lady. And if you're into breeding stock, that one wins, young lady. That is a big old stout skull, big bodied. She looks like a show cow out here, okay? For me, she's too coarse-fronted. She's too weak in her top line. I know what she is. I respect that world. I just come from the clubbier side, and I like them a little clubbier than that. She's got to be stronger behind her top. You want to talk about performance and growth and one that's going to just make you money, she's right there, young lady. The most powerful one comes out in the 5th hole. There is no doubt that is the widest-chested, boldest-bodied one. She just is too plain at the ground. She's narrow and small-footed. She's really cold, coarse, and bold about her shoulder. She's off in her hip. She doesn't balance well, young man, but that one is full of power. Congratulations. And there's just a really nice, pretty one. You cannot take anything away from that doe down there in 6. She's tall-shouldered. She's level. Young man's doing an exceptional job getting her shown. Again, she's too narrow-eyed, too narrow in her chest coming at me, too frail when I take her to the ground. She's got to have more power. Let's give all these exhibitors a big round of applause. Absolutely represent quality, and I'm so excited to work through them and thankful. I do feel like it might get hot in here, so we're going to just talk them and not make these animals stand in the heat. I think that there's one that wins easy, and the young lady knows that she might not be my style, but my commitment is to use the best one always, whether they're my style or not. You cannot turn away the amount of body shape, power, hip, dimension that doe out of class 2 has. That'll be your supreme doe. Let's give that young lady a big round of applause. there it gets really, really close because the young man probably has the goat that's the most my kind in terms of the way she's assembled through her front end, her length of body, her rear leg posture, the way she walks around the ring when she acts right. She kind of acts like me on Christmas morning, okay? She's a little ornery, okay? When she acts right, that one is so good to watch move around the ring. But you've got to ask yourself, is there enough of her? She's small, she's young, she's immature, she's got a ton of potential. And then there is a power cat out here in terms of bone and body and shape. And she is exactly what we know she's going to be. There are no question marks on her. She's wide-chested, she's bold-bodied, she's stout-hipped. There's no denying what she is. Do I think it's close? Because would I like her just a tick prettier? And everybody knows it. Absolutely. But young lady, you're going to be reserved today. Let's give all these exhibitors a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Then I think we all know that's my third favorite. Let's give that young man a big round of applause. Just three, or do I keep placing them?
Just place them down.
Oh. Young lady, you'll be next. Good job. Young lady, you'll be next. Good job. Young lady, you'll be next. Good job. How are you? It's good to see you.
Fancy meeting you.
I know.
Cousin Bo. It's right over there.
Okay.
Where am I going?
I need all my banner winners to the backdrop for photos. All banner winners to the backdrop for photos.
I'm done with most after every division, but it's just because it's free to go.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Congratulations. Congratulations, young lady. Thank you. This is an exceptional group, and these exhibitors should be proud that these animals were bred right here in this county, in this area. To those breeders, to those exhibitors, let's applaud them for keeping that local building and investing in these kids. We cannot let this industry leave home. And you know, I coach coast to coast, and one thing that I love to see is local breeders working with local kids. And I just think it's a dying thing in our industry. And honestly, the kids need us. And so as local breeders, we need this class for these kids. I think these top three are exceptional. I'll tell you how I see them. They're very, very close. The most complete one is there in first, and in terms of just eye appeal, look, design from the side. He is the most athletic, and he takes about 3 feet in, and I decided that one's probably going to win in the way he reaches and gives. He's so bold down his top and stout out of his hip. Now, he is not the shapeliest. That goat in second is by far the hardest handling. But that goat is so good heighted, so fresh, so well presented, so attractive to look at. That is a very, very high quality individual. The shapeliest, most expressive, probably most market-oriented goat stands there in second. He is so bold behind his shoulder. He is so expansive in his loin, and he is massive in his hip. He just looks a little staler and more mature today from the outside. He's tall and extended fronted, but he's bolder and coarser shouldered. He just looks a little staler in terms of hide quality today, and just a little more mature today. I prefer the way he ties his top into his shoulder over that goat that comes out next. He's so firm to the touch, though. That is how, if you guys are trying to learn and you don't know what a goat should handle like, that's that one there in second. I just need him to be a little more youthful today. The goat that comes out next is one that I think will be a hunter as soon as he walks in the arena, because his head's high, he's arrogant, he's attractive, he's really good on his foot and legs. Young lady, you do such a good job showing him. You know he's weak-topped, and you try, and you've been told that probably since the day you bought him, and you have tried to show it out of him today. He has so many good pieces, but that is his hole, and it's a big one. He's got to be stronger right there in his top line. I love his neck and his shoulder. I love his body shape. I love his power. He's too easy top for me. Young lady, this one that comes out next, that is a meat and potatoes kind of goat. So wide-chested and big ribs, stout hip. He is bold and powerful in his center body. For me, he's too coarse and plain and deep through his front end. He's not as attractive as those three wethers that go ahead and win. And there's a really long, pretty goat to round out our top five. Just needs more power, just needs more hip when you get in behind him. I do love his neck set, his top line quality. He needs to be more powerful. I visited with these kids about their animals. There are goats that are long and pretty and just need more muscle, or there's goats that have a lot of muscle and just need to be a little prettier. We visited with those kids about their animals. Let's give all of these kids a big round of applause. We have two goats that just win in terms of just market value today. They are by far the two that are the widest in the chest. They have the most handling quality down their top and out of their hip. They're stout when you get behind them, and they're bold in the center portion of their rib cage. Then what makes one beat two is he's just prettier. She's just prettier. She's stronger top. She's more attractive in her rear leg posture. She's better in motion. She's more athletic to look at. But they're very, very similar in terms of power. Good job to those young ladies. Young lady, your goat's really bold and powerful. She needs more bone. She needs to be stronger top for me. Young lady, you're doing a great job out here, and you're just being a really good example for these younger kids, and I want to commend you on that. I love how tall and long and pretty that goat is, but he is not ready. That one, he might be ready by Easter, okay? He is tall and pretty, and he's going to have a lot of time to eat, okay? He needs to go to the Pizza Hut buffet with me every now and then. He's just too green today. But you're an exceptional young lady, and you're doing a great job today. The two goats that round out the class have a lot of market potential in terms of rib cage and stoutness up high. They're just not quite show goats today. They're frail boned, they're a little narrower headed, they're weaker in their top line, but these exhibitors have done a great job feeding. We're going to put all of these animals through the sale. Make sure and come out and support that sale. I don't even know when it is, but these are great kids and they deserve your support. Let's give these exhibitors a big round of applause.
Coming back from Class 1, Kendall Darty and Inslee LaPierre. Entering the ring now, we have
No, I'm having fun.
Class 2, Jonah Clay, Charlene Bomar, Cody Tolman, Briar Burnside, Olivia Bryant, and Presley Willis. First call, market Class 3.
How are you, young lady?
Good, how are you?
Good. Oh, I about fell over. I'm getting old. Don't turn 30, guys. How are you? really nice weather to win this class. He's tall-shouldered and bold and square-topped. He's really powerful when you get in behind the livestock. You take him to the ground. He's big and square underneath. He's got big feet and big legs. He balances well. Young lady, I kind of giggled with you about, I wish he was fresher, okay? I don't know if he stained. I don't know what happened. He looks a little mature today. He looks a little dehydrated, a little wrung out in his hide quality, but he's by far the highest quality animal from the side and on the go. I do wish he was fresher today. The one that in second is big and bold and fresh racked. That one is so wide and square and true behind his shoulder. He's got a huge loin laid into him. Young man, from a show goat perspective, he needs more bone. He needs to be neater fronted, and he needs to be leveler from the down his top line. Then he needs to be deeper in his flank and just have more pliability in the center portion of his body. But handling quality and tightness of hide and just youthfulness and freshness, he's the best one in those aspects. Good job, young man. And young lady, your goat is solid. And you know it, you're a great showman. That goat is wide-chested, that goat is bold-ribbed, that goat is stout and powerful hip, and he's got a lot of bone. Unfortunately, he is really soft in terms of handling quality today. He's a looser-hided goat. That kind of comes from probably his genetics, being more of a dapple there. He's looser-hided. He's not fresh to the touch. He needs more square shape right behind his shoulder. But in terms of presentation and look from the side, you've done a great job with him. Young man, the powerhouse goat, and everyone can see it, is in fourth. That thing looks like Hulk Hogan out here, and you're probably too young to even know who that is. But that is a big back, stout-hipped Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle that just needs to be prettier, okay? He's too coarse, he's too round, he's too plain for me, but that one has got so much muscle. Two long, pretty goats round out our class. They need to be bolder bodied, they need to be stouter hipped, they need to be more muscular, but they are awfully pretty. Let's give all these exhibitors a big round of applause.
Good job, young lady.
Coming back from market class 2, Presley Willis and Jonah Clay. Entering the ring now, we have class 3 market goat, Knox Cecil, Danica Dessens, Esri Bluebon, Jalen Doty, Laney Tolman, and Oriah Dixon. First call, class 4.
We'll do 2 blues or 2 purples. I mean, they're all edible. I don't like ribbons because I like, we'll just do 4 blues. I feel like if you get last place, you should learn a little bit. So why double whammy it, you know?
Yeah,
So,
perfect.
yeah, I mean, you can eat that goat. So,
Yeah, that's something on there.
a demanding class winner here, and you kind of notice him the minute he hits the gate, and it's not because he overwhelms you in any one area. That one is just extremely complete, young lady. So good in this profile, so long-bodied and level-hipped. Young lady, you're doing an exceptional job getting that one shown. He just makes him win that much easier. But then when you lay your hands on him, he's like, yes, sir, you're going to win today. That's the biggest back, the biggest loin, the freshest handling, and I just love to look at that one from the outside. He's as demanding of a class winner as we've had today so far. A very, very correct type goat to go ahead and stand there in second. In motion, that one really collects his top line, get out and go. He has a big top and a big hip. From the side, young lady, we get his nose in the air just a little bit, and that really makes him break his top, okay? I try to get that nose down. Because on the move, he's really good from the side, okay? There you go. See, that kind of really helps his top. He still doesn't have as much shape right behind his forehead, as much shape and expression down his top is that one that goes ahead and wins. But if you want to just talk about a very complete, very proper, very athletic kind of weather, he stands there in second. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, there is a big O-hipped, big boned one to come in third, and that goat has a huge loin. Young lady, that one's a little plain for me, a little staler to look at, a little coarser in motion. He really labors through his front end. He's toes out just a tick too much up front, but that one has so much power. A really practical, big-bodied, easy-feeding goat comes out next, one that's strong in his top and wide and square from behind. He's too closed up at his chest. He's too stale and mature in his look today. I'd like to just freshen and youthen him up. The 2 that round out the class are both goats that have length and extension and growth. They're both blue ribbon goats that these kids have done a great job with. They just need more body. They just need more handling quality. They just need more show ring look. Let's give all these exhibitors a big round of applause.
Coming back from class 3, lady.
Really nice little weather to win this class. Big-backed and stout-hipped. What makes him probably the best today is just his eye quality, his show ring look, his tightness of height. He's youthful and well-presented. Wish we'd drive him just a little harder, buddy. That would help you out if we just get in and push just a little more on him. Because we want to make him look like he's a little easy topped and not as big reared as he actually is when he just kind of stands there and relaxes. But that one, when you study him in motion, he's by far the most complete, the most athletic. I love to watch that one motor around the ring. Standing there, I'd like to make him stronger in his top. We really need to drive that one harder, young man, but you're doing a great job. Girl, you fight for it. You do. You're an exceptional showman, and I look forward to seeing you in showmanship, whatever that is. Because that goat is tall-shouldered, he's long-bodied, he's stout-boned, he's big-ribbed. He just doesn't have as much power when you get in behind him, and he's quite a bit weaker in his top line, and just naturally than that goat in front of him that just likes to stand a little lazier. But you do everything you can to get that out of him, but you're doing an extraordinary job today. I love the length and extension and handling quality of that goat there in third as we continue to study those top three, because I do think they're very close. For me, the heaviest part of that one's is his front end, young lady, and they need to balance and proportion, and actually their heaviest part should be the back 1/3 of their body instead of the front 1/3 of their body. So from a balance perspective, he's third for me, but I love his shape, I love his expression up high, I love his rear leg posture. There's a stout, powerful doe, and that one is a mean potatoes girl, young man. She is wide and she is powerful, and I bet she has not missed a meal, okay? She needs to be fresher and more youthful today. But that is practicality at its finest, and you've done a great job with her. Two very long, pretty goats round out our class. The one that is in fifth is just more muscular. The one in sixth is a little prettier and needs to be stouter. Let's give all these exhibitors a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Coming back from class 4, Bo Hatch and Josie Nagel. Get her in the ring now. Class 5, Market Go.
this one right here, and he's not perfect, but he's super rock star. He's kind of the answer to a lot of questions out here in terms of basic build, design, eye, quality handling, quality freshness. Young man's presenting him very, very well. If you're showing goats tomorrow and showmanship is a very big portion of my life, and I would take note of how that young man's showing a goat, because that young man's showing a goat exceptionally well, and I think there's a lot to learn from him. That goat looks like a guardian of the galaxy out here and wins with the 400-point cut. That's an awfully nice one I look forward to seeing later, young man. It gets really close there for second, third, and handling quality goes to the 1 and second. Bolder back, stouter hip, very fresh and eye appealing. He is not as long and extended and as attractive as that Weather there in second, but he does have more boldness of center body, more stoutness and power as you walk off either end. And young lady, I love this goat from the outside looking in. He's so long and tall and pretty. He's breaking right behind his shoulder right there. He gets in at his hock and kind of fits inside of the two that beat him, but a very nice goat to stand in third. I think that's a very, very good class. A long, tall, pretty goat to come out next, one that's got to be stouter boned, a bigger chested, and then a really meat and potatoes oriented, kind of a practical goat to round out our class. One that's just too plain and coarse for me. A lot of great exhibitors. Let's give them all a big round of applause. I think this is the last time I get to be on the mic before the grand drive. If you're here and you're not attending at 5 o'clock, I hope you'd change your plans and come out and support these kids, because they absolutely deserve to have a big old crowd cheering for them. If you aren't coming back and this is the last I'll see you, I'm really thankful I got to work for you with your kids today. I want to just leave you with two things before I go, in case you're not going to be here to hear my talk later. We need more kindness and love in this world. I don't care who you are, where you're from, or what you've done. We need more kindness and we need more Jesus. So if you don't know anything about those two things, I'd love you to flag me down and talk to you. I'd love to talk to you about my Jesus, and no one can make the excuse to just not be kind. We just need more kindness in our world. So that's all I got to say. I think there's a really good one that wins in terms of basic build, design, look from the side. Young lady, that one is awfully good, and I don't know why he's in the progress show. Maybe you're saving him, I don't know. He does need to be stouter and burlier. That will come with time and maturity. That one's awfully nice. Congratulations. The freshest handling, biggest back, stoutest tipped one does stand there in second. I love all the foot and bone. For me, that one's just a little plainer and coarser about her front end, and a little steeper there out of his hip. He doesn't have the same show ring look as that fancy one does that's trotting out of the arena. There's a really powerful doe to stand in third. So wide-chested and big-bodied, she's just too small for me. Really, really blunt about her head shape, really short-bodied. Just needs to get out and move better. And two longer, prettier goats that absolutely need more muscle, just more time on feet. These kids are doing a great job. Let's give them all a big round of applause.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey.
So we have a packet from the livestock office.
Okay.
For you. It has food,
Your
up
top
in it,
three
and then
finishers from Pro.